What's up, guys? Spartacus here with the basics of Warrior Mage Paladin. I wanted to make a basic guide on one of my favorite comps, one of the main comps I'll be running. And some people, I think, especially the Fire Mages, want to have viable comps out there. There's not many Fire Mages on the ladder. And you have Feral Mage and Rogue Mage Pally, but my favorite comp is to run Warrior Mage, Arms, Fire, and I really want to just talk about the basics of how we land kills by getting that pressure, what's our target choices, and I just want to give you a couple of examples of some decent games where the enemy played pretty okay, and where our team played pretty well even through a few mistakes. Our first comp here, HPAL KFC, which is Holy Paladin, Hunter Warrior. BM Hunter looking very strong in this upcoming season. Actually, in some ways a little bit too strong. But either way, KFC making a really good comeback. Didn't really see him very much in Legion. I'm super excited about that. I love KFC on a Warrior, and I plan on playing a Warrior a little bit quite a bit in BFA as well. So the idea is we're going to CC the Pally, or we're going to go the Hunter because he only has deterrence as a major defensive, and we can control the Warrior a little bit better. Frost Nova, Sheep, Slows, etc. So I come out, no invis, and I'm waiting for this Warrior to kind of connect with me so I can kind of figure out how to get this Sheep without him pummeling me right away. So, and I'm also trying to think about my position. So the Warrior comes in, he charges me, I blink that, I get my Poly. I should have gotten counter-shotted, I think, but either way I don't, so I'm able to land that first Sheep, and we get our cooldowns out there. I combust, we're going. I temp shield the Warrior, because there's a lot of damage coming my way. I don't really Frost Nova him or anything like that. I get bot near the end of my temp shield. Temp to full. The bot prevents another kick. I get a resheep. He trinkets. I Dragon's Breath the trinket, which allows us to get that deterrence right there. Really, really good plays. We get trinket and debt. And because the HPAL knows that the pressure's still coming strong, he also sacrifices there, and that was a good idea by him because we were still getting a lot of pressure that way. I still had counterspell available. I actually don't use my counterspell this game. One BIS play, we did a Warrior Fear into sacrifice, which was also DR'd with my Dragon's Breath. Bad play. We have Avatar from the enemy Warrior, so I'm trying to control him. I gave him one good Sheep, gets dispelled. I give him that second Sheep, and we also get that cross CC right here with that Hodge on that Pally. So, and he knows that, again, with the Hunter in execute range, he decides he's going to bubble sack that next one. So I get sacrificed a few seconds before around that play, so we've used a bop on ourselves, we've used a sacrifice. I'm not sure if my Pally has used his trinket, but I'm assuming he probably did. And so now we're chilling. We're not swapping to the Pally. I'm not getting super aggressive. We pulled the cooldowns we need to pull. I want to stay near my healer, not only to stay in line of sight of him, but also because I don't want to waste my mobility trying to make plays when I don't need to. Bop comes out on the Hunter desperately. I spell steal it pretty quickly. I Dragon's Breath. I actually bopped here. I realized, I stealed the Blessing of Protection, so I didn't actually need to blink here out of line of sight of the Hunter, but I saw that he had counter shot available, and I decided to blink and Sheep, line of sight, no counter shot. We were able to land that kill right there. Again, I didn't have to waste that blink because I already had Blessing of Protection myself. That's a lack of awareness on my part in that area. However, with those small little misplays, if I had done that early game, it could have been detrimental, but we were able to get that pressure in the right time and able to push forward with the idea of keeping them on the back foot at all times, and that was a good job of my Warrior mainly. I'm not really sure what my damage was like at the end of this game off the top of my head. Let's here look at it. I do okay. I do decent damage. My Warrior, on the other hand, he does adequate damage as well for that pressure. Actually, it looks like we did pretty close to the same, which is pretty interesting. I'm not used to seeing that. And again, we're able to pull that off with some synergy of making sure, like my partner, he may have not hodged immediately, which is preferable with fearing and hodging earlier. The earlier you use those stuns that are instant, the faster you can get that CC and the faster they come back. But he offensively bopped me, which was really good. So either way, it helped us get the CC that we needed. So next game, I get asked a lot about how to, be RMP as Warrior Mage, because it is a very fast comp. Once it starts, it can either be over right then, or you can use way too many cooldowns and it's over pretty soon. So I picked Arcane Assassination RMP. They played pretty well in the opener. They lasted quite a bit of time, but we were able to keep them on the back foot. It's a really good example of how you can keep them on the back foot as long as you stop that opener and you just stay focused on controlling them. We don't need a lot of crazy CC on the healer, because Mortal Strike does a lot of work, and the idea here is I want to focus more on them not being able to set up, and we will eventually land those kills, and we do that pretty quickly here. The idea is I'm going to go the Rogue, so that way my Warrior can actually connect. He's not getting blinked on a lot, blinking his Stormbolt because he might be playing, I think he actually is playing regular blink with displacement, so I don't want him to waste that mobility. So I'm going to go the Rogue, CC the Mage, CC the healer. My idea, he goes greater invis, I go invis around the same time, luckily after him, so that gives me an advantage that makes them have to open one of the other two guys. I don't get sapped, thank God. They start to open, I kick, and I sheep the Rogue. I kick and I get a successful kick, so I don't need to sheep the Mage because he can't cast any damage. He also can't CS me, so I'm able to get that Rogue happening with good CC to prevent their opener. And then I rotate it to the Mage. I let my Warrior know, hey, let's go the Rogue. So we're going the Rogue. And now I want to look at CCing that healer. We get a good Hodge. CS is still available, and I believe I actually tried a Dragon's Breath, and I think he knew that, so he trinketed my Dragon's Breath, so I couldn't sheep the disc. However, I still get it off a little bit later, not as fast as I wanted to, but it was a good trinket by that Mage. And now my Pally has to bubble because of the offense that they're still having. They pop evasion, and they know to keep, use their cooldowns, but to keep on going. I get kicked by the Mage. But however, my Pally's still alive because the Disc Priest couldn't MD. He was sitting that Poly from earlier. So now we just need to look at, waiting on our DRs on Poly, and I want to control the Mage as best I can, and we're keeping that pressure going. This is why you don't need a whole ton of CC. You need consistent CC, but it doesn't need to be crazy every 25 seconds. So now I get bopped on my kidney. I sheep and Dragon's Breath the Mage. To prevent him from purging it, and also because I want to keep his damage low, and I sheeped him again to try to get Premonition from the Disc Priest, which I don't think he was running this game, but it's a good practice, as I sheeped a second time on the Mage just to fake out the disc. I get the disc in that full sheep, and again I get that resheep. Probably would have been a good idea for that Arcane Mage to CS me there. CS was available, but either way we're able to get that, and we have him on the ropes. He's down, he's definitely in execute range. He's at less than execute, way down there. We get a Hodge on the Disc Priest, and at this point I should be sheeping the Mage, but the pressure is just so high there that I'm just looking for micro CC, which we did. We Dragon's Breath into half fear, and my Warrior finally connects to the Rogue, and we land that execute. I land a couple of I land a Pyroblast and a Fire Blast, something along those lines, and we're able to land that kill. So when you want to see these actually in full speed, see what happens, and listen to the gameplay raw, they're going to be coming up right now. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. I'm just kidding, but I played with my buddy Zach, and he's friends with Green.
Oh yeah, that's lit. KO, let's go Hunter, bro.
Sure. Cool sheet. Here.
Nice. Executing, that's Turtle.
Come over here to Hodge.
I can fear out.
Come over here to Hodge. Come over here to Hodge.
Yeah, Hodge.
Come over here to Hodge. Come over here to Hodge.
Okay, I'm gonna use my fear. Fuck it. Go Hunter.
Pommel.
That's DR, but I don't give a shit.
Trinketed. 2 minutes. Counter shot.
Hodge now.
Need your Hodge, bro. That's good. That's kill.
Divine Shield. Divine Sacrifice.
That's There's Bubble too. Nice. This is good.
Free to me, please.
Bubble down.
I'm slowing this Hunter. Doesn't matter because every Hunter's gonna be playing
Watch yourself back there. Should be able to just kill the CS.
Yeah, just kill this Hunter.
Handed protection.
That's bot purging
down.
it. Kill.
Already got it.
Pommel.
Full sheep.
Oh, you stole it. Alright, nice.
Oh, are you Blood Elf?
I'm Blood Elf,
Yeah. I prefer go the Rogue.
Yeah, you got shit.
Greater invisibility.
What's that? I think I'm okay. I'm good. There it is. Sheeping the rogue real quick.
There's
Counter.
Kicked Polly. Sheeping the rogue.
Nice.
You don't have to fear. You don't have to fear. I'm sheeping the mage. I'm sheeping the mage. Go the rogue. Go the rogue. Go, please, 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 please. I don't want you to deal with getting.
Yeah, I'm ready. Get me. Nice, nice, nice.
Still
Big
AP.
damage.
Cloak of Shadows.
Starting him.
IDB.
Big damage.
Should be able to get sheep here.
Trinketed. 2 minutes.
Fucking this rogue.
Slow down.
Slowing him.
Sheep. No death.
Poly.
Killing you, bro.
That's death on you.
That's evasion.
Vanish.
You probably need the bubble.
I'm gonna try to
Bubble,
this
bubble,
poly.
bubble, bubble, bubble.
Counterspell.
Watch
Poly.
MD. Watch MD.
Blind.
I trinket blind.
Poly. Counter.
Kick Polly.
PS.
Can you get my root? If you can, I can lock.
Counter.
Lock the priest full. Lock the priest, bro. Slaying rogue. Big damn right here.
I stopped that Polly.
Nice, nice, nice. Slaying
Sheep.
rogue.
Poly.
I'm polyed. Can you get me? If you get me, we win. Okay, we
I
win.
still win anyway.
Nah, he's still dead. Going through.
Sheep
He's dead.
My Zaryu. My Zaryu.
Oh my
I'm still
God,
just purging.
kitty,
Just
kitty,
purging.
kitty.
Just purging. Nice. Really
Nice
good.
watch. Good. We win.
Countered.
That's win. He's lining me hard.
Check it, yeah.